Welcome once again to another edition of Turn 5 here at Desoto Speedway. I am your host, Jake Wilson. It just keeps getting better and better every single weekend out here at Desoto Speedway. We had a big pro truck race tonight. They went for 50 laps and double points on the line. Had some great action out there on the track. We had a lot of our other series in action as well. Pure stocks were in action, the dwarf cars, the legends, mini stocks. We even had a mini stock figure 8 race tonight. All that and more coming up on this edition of Turn 5. Turn 5 here, we'd like to welcome with us, we've got Camping World Truck Series driver, the number 92 truck. We got Ross Chastain joining us. Ross has been busy with the Camping World Truck Series season this year. Ross, tell us about what you've been up to and what you got coming up.
Well, I've been racing as much as I can. We've gotten 2 races in with the 92 truck, like you said. Watermelon.org on there with us, and we went to Daytona and we had a fast truck. And we pushed up towards the front, and we wrecked. I mean, trying to lead the race, and we wrecked. Typical thing. So, that was my fault. That was on me. Just got too over anxious and I wanted to lead the race right now and cause big pileup. So, we got through there and went to Martinsville. We didn't have the run we wanted. From the time we unloaded, we weren't right. We threw everything we could at it, and we never could get the feel that I wanted, and I couldn't drive it. That's all it came down to. So, going forward. Not entirely sure. I think Charlotte will be in the next race for us, so we'll be there. Middle of May sometime, and Dover's another big one for me with my Watermelon guys and with Helena. So I think if we put ourselves in the right position going forward this year, we'll be okay. With me and my Watermelon guys, we got some things coming up that we're working on, and we're traveling around doing promotions and stuff, but. Ready for summertime to get here. I'm in shorts right now. I came from North Carolina. I'm ready for warm weather. It's cooling off right now, but no, it's cool to come back home and see my little brother race. I mean, that's the coolest part about all this. Came home for some other reasons, along with Easter and stuff, but some other unfortunate reasons. But still, to be able to come up here, it takes our mind off of everything else that we got going on back home, and everything I got going on up there, and just coming down here and watching him run makes me wish I was out there.
Well, you got to be glad just to get out of the snow here for a little bit, like you're saying. I mean, this is one of the cooler days we've been having here in the last 2 weeks, if you believe it or not. But tell us, your brother's following here in your footsteps here. I mean, he's just been killing it. I mean, he's looking for two wins in a row here at DeSoto to start off the year. Just tell us about what that feels like, as his older brother, kind of watching him follow in your footsteps.
Well, I never won here, so it's kind of like when he won his first race here, he said he had something up on me. So it's cool. We didn't run here as much back in the day, a couple years ago. But now this is his home track. This is where he has to run. It's where he likes to run. He likes this place more than anywhere else. So, he's had some good luck, some good fortunes, and I've tried to keep him level-headed. And they're all not going to be as easy as they have been. And so I think tonight's going to be another tough night. Probably tougher than he's had here in a little while. So, he's ready. He likes to beat these guys, being the younger kid. There's some other people that are close to his age, but. Being 15 years old, he can't. I had to drive him up here today. He took a nap in the back seat on the way up here. So, no, it's cool. And a lot of people. I see a lot of people here that I grew up racing against, and some of them I can talk to, and some of them still hate me for things that went on, 5 years ago. But it's cool to see my family here. It's brought my whole family closer together. It's given us all something to live for and something to look forward to. So. We all enjoy it, and we're fortunate enough to be able to do it, so we come out here as much as we can.
Well, Ross, thank you so much for joining us here on Turn 5. He's going to be cheering his little brother on here tonight. He's going to be going for 50 laps in the pro trucks. They've got double points and a nice big purse they're going to be running for. Turn 5, we'd like to welcome now Chad Chastain, driver of the number 36 Pro Truck out here. He's going to be going 50 laps tonight. Nice big purse for the trucks here tonight. Just got done talking to your older brother Ross here. Now tell us about, how your season's been going on. You've been running in the Joey Coulter Pro Truck Series. Last time you guys were scheduled to be out here, we got rained out. So basically, what have you been up to?
Just been hanging out at the house, working on the farm a little bit, been running. We went up and ran Citrus last weekend and finished third. That was my first time ever being at the track, so it was pretty good for us. Didn't tear anything up, so hope we can come here and have a good run tonight.
Yeah, you've been doing pretty well here to start the year. You're looking for 2 wins in a row. Start off the year here at DeSoto. Have you been out? You've been out there taking some practice laps. We got overcast skies today. A little bit cooler than it's normally been the last few times we've been out here. Track's usually pretty slick. Tell us about how the track feels today.
It's hard to tell. We got old tires that we've got a lot of practices on and 2 races on them. So it's hard to tell, but I think we're going to be pretty good tonight.
Well, we're looking forward to having Chad go out there tonight. He's going to be going for 50 laps tonight, as we said. Big purse for the Pro Truck Series, and he's going to be racing for double points. Thanks for joining us here on Turn 5 again, Chad. Appreciate it.
All right, thanks for having me.
Turn 5 would like to welcome Corey Bigley, driver of the number 28 truck. Now, Corey, you're kind of new to the Pro Truck Series here. Been out here making a couple runs today. In in your brief experience that you've had here in the Pro Truck, what can you tell us? What's it been like for you?
Oh, because my truck, it's been good. My dad, like us setting up this thing, it's been doing pretty good. I ran out last time. It was I was a little tight in the beginning, the first lap, and then it got better and better. I'm gonna try to run better tonight than I did last time, than 10th.
Now your dad and your brother, obviously you've got a lot of experience, that you can go to kind of try to give you some advice. What's some advice that they've been able to give you, transitioning into a pro truck here?
Cause my dad wants me to arc it more, and that's what I've been trying to learn. And then trying to get in the corner, I just try to keep it on the bottom, and then I got to get on the gas sometimes harder. And then it's been really good. I've been transitioning, and then last couple years ago I ran Whitney's truck. And that helps me too from going to my 4-cylinder truck.
Well, Corey's one of the young drivers here in our Pro Truck Series. He's going to be going 50 laps tonight. They got double points on the line and a big purse, and Corey's going to be going after it. Thanks for joining us on Turn 5, Corey. Now, out here at Desoto Speedway, we're always looking to create the best possible fan experience and a family experience as well. With Easter being this weekend, we had a special event planned here tonight. I'm here with Miss Linda. If you ever go on Desoto Speedway's Facebook page, guarantee you this is the woman who's putting it on there. Linda, tell us about what we're doing tonight for the kids and for Easter.
Well, we're having an Easter egg hunt for the kids. We'll have plenty of eggs stuffed with candy. They're going to go and hunt for them. We're hoping to do it in the infield. We have a money for bunnies that Sherry Phillips and her daughter Mary Beth, they've been collecting money the last 2 weeks for all these stuffed rabbits. Then some of the drivers that haven't been here, they're like, well, we haven't been able to donate, so can we bring baskets? And of course we're always open, anything good for the kids. So the drivers have been just dropping the baskets off left and right. They've been hauling them up to the office. So I think they're going to do those with kids tickets, because all the kids have a separate ticket. And between the Easter egg hunt, Anthony Camby dropped off a bunch of stuff yesterday, T-shirts. So we're always looking to do things for the kids. We got the little bunny clown here tonight. So it's all about the kids and family fun events, here, family fun.
Now, we want as many people to come out here and enjoy Desoto Speedway. This is a great facility. And a reminder, kids 12 and under, it's free. So if you're looking for something to do on Saturday nights and a great place to bring the kids, Desoto Speedway is the place to bring them.
And I see some of the baskets the drivers have brought. They're really awesome. So with their names and pictures. So thank you to all the drivers that have dropped stuff off also.
All right. Thank you very much, Miss Linda. Thank you for joining us here on Turn 5. Appreciate it. Turn 5 would like to welcome driver of the 09 Pro Truck, Tommy Caveney. Now, Tommy, getting ready to run here tonight. We got 50 laps coming up. You ran the Joey Coulter race here earlier this year. Tell us about what you're looking to get out of the truck tonight.
Well, I know we got good equipment. Southern Air Compressor Service takes care of us. We're confident in the equipment we have. I've been out of it. Last year I run some races, maybe 9-10 races. But before that, probably the last full season I run was back in 2003. That gives you a little idea of my age there. But real confident in the truck. The driver has to catch up with the truck. So, finish in one piece because, the old adage, seat time. Seat time is important. That's what I'm out here to get tonight, seat time, see where we can finish, and just have fun. Because at my age, that's all it's about, just having fun.
Well, today, we've got overcast skies. Typically, when you come and you run here, it's hot, slick. Trucks are sliding all over the place. We've got some overcast skies and some cooler temperatures. Has the track felt any different, today than it normally does?
No, when we were down here in February, the track was green because we hadn't had a lot of racing on it, and it was pretty slick then, and it seems to be equally as slick. But I'm interested to see. We plan on running down here this year in the summer months. I think it's probably going to get really slick.
Well, Tommy's going to get ready to go 50 laps tonight in the Pro Truck Series. They got double points on the line and a big purse that they're going to be running for. Thanks for joining us on Turn 5, Tommy. Appreciate it. Yep.
Appreciate it.
Well, it's the day before Easter, and here at Desoto Speedway, we wanted to make sure that we wished everyone a happy Easter. We wanted to get the kids involved. We had a nice Easter egg hunt there on the front stretch, and we didn't just have the kids involved. We got the parents involved as well. We had a lot of Easter baskets to pass out to the kids. It was a great time. You know, the kids were running around in the infield having a great time. Just things like this, we want to create a great family atmosphere out here at Desoto Speedway, and tonight was evidence of that. A great time had by all of our fans once again. Turn 5 here, we are joined by the winner of our feature event here with the Pro Truck Series here at DeSoto, the 50 lapper. Chad Chastain, you're becoming a mainstay here on Turn 5. You keep winning all these races. You're becoming a regular here. Tell us about your night. You had a great run. You started third tonight, kind of up in the front. Didn't have as big of an aversion as we had the last time out here with the Joey Coulter Truck Series. Talk about your run. It's pretty tough battles up there. You guys were going at it pretty hard and heavy there, but you guys were able to come out with a win tonight. Tell us about your run tonight.
Thanks for having me. I'm glad I can be a regular. It means that we're doing good and we're doing something right. But I was like you said, we started third. And it doesn't matter who's on the pole. If Garrett Campbell in the 2X is second, he's probably going to get around him somehow. And they did. Him and Darvalik, they got out doing an early first and second, and I was able to clear the pole sitter and get up into third. And we rode there for a little bit, had a couple restarts, and got spun trying to force the issue with the lap car and the leader, and got tagged in the back and we just got a couple lucky breaks on that, and got into the 2X. Kind of got crowded up, hit the wall, got into him, and not how I would want to get the lead, but I'll take it. And it was just good sailing from there, and a lot of hard side-by-side racing. It was a lot of fun.
Now, we talked to you earlier today, back in the pits here in Turn 5. Your brother Ross, who drives in the Camping World Truck Series, they've got an off weekend with NASCAR with it being Easter this weekend, so he was able to come down here and watch you race. And he was telling me, he never won out here at DeSoto, and here you are, you already got 2 wins here this year on him. Talk about how cool it was to have him out here and have your family here. Easter's always such a big weekend. Talk about your family being out here. You've got a big family presence here when you come out and race. Tell us how that was.
It's pretty cool to be able to have him because I've learned about 60% of what I know about racing from him, and probably the other 35 from my dad, and then the other 5% just from talking to people and watching everything. But it's just awesome to have all my aunt and uncles, my grandparents, and my great-grandma. She just passed away. She was 96. She just passed away last week. She would always call either me or my grandma and ask how me or Ross went, so I'm really glad that she was able to finally see her race up in heaven.
Well, you've got the Joey Coulter Truck Series that you're running in this year. We're looking forward to having you back out here running in the DeSoto Truck Series. Kind of talk about what's coming up on the schedule, what you guys are going to be running. And I think I heard you saying earlier you're going to have a dirt race that you're going to have to get ready to run, something that you're not really used to. Tell us about what that's going to be like.
I think it's going to be interesting, that's for sure. Friend of ours, Derek Rose, we let him drive the old 36 yellow truck that me and my brother both started in, just to kind of get his feet wet with asphalt, and he's helping us out with the dirt stuff, and it's going to be interesting, that's for sure.
Now with Easter Sunday coming up tomorrow, I don't even have to ask, but is there going to be some watermelon on the table tomorrow?
Oh, you know it.
Well, I know my family, we're heading out to the beach tomorrow. We're going to pick up a pretty fresh one there tomorrow. We're going to have some watermelon. Watermelon for everybody here tonight. Chad Chastain picks up another win here at DeSoto Speedway this year. Turn 5 here, we're joined by Phil Ellis, driver of the 519 truck here. Tell us about your night. Bit of a rough night out there for you guys, but overall, what was the race like from your perspective, and just tell us about the level of competition in your series that we've got running out here. Just tell us about your night there, Phil.
It was okay. We popped out of gear somehow. I started 12th, made my way up to 7th, I think, and just popped out of gear. And by the time I could reach down to fix it. I was in the middle of the pack, so I just waited. Found second gear again, took off, and I think I restarted 16th and made my way back up to 11th. So.
Yeah, I noticed that I was watching you from up there in the press box. I kind of had my eye on you guys, seeing how you guys would work your way back up through the field there. Now, we're not running out here at DeSoto next week, but, kind of tell us about what your schedule's looking like. I know the Joey Coulter Truck Series is going to continue on. You guys looking to run the full series there for them?
We're going to try. If we can get a little bit of backing, that would be great. Anybody watching, you want to help us out? I'm sitting 5th in points right now after 2 races, so we're going to go to Auburndale. And, I mean, we're just playing it by ear, depending on what we can do. Being a low-budget team like we are, it's all out of pocket, basically. We're going to take some of the money that we made tonight, buy some parts, fix a couple things, replace a few things, and tires for Auburndale in a couple weeks. And then, other than that, playing it by ear. We're going to try to run all the DeSoto races here, the standalone races, and as many of the Coulter Series as we can.
Now, this is the second time that you've run out here at DeSoto this year. The first time with the Joey Coulter Series. I mean, this was a big double points race here for DeSoto. So getting a good run here, this first race here for DeSoto was pretty key. Tell us about going forward. What does your team feel like your chances are competing not only in the Joey Coulter Series, but competing here at DeSoto and a chance to, go for the track championship here as well?
We need to find a little bit more. And, tonight, my guys bust butt on my truck. It's basically me, my dad, Steve Babcock. I make my wife get out and get her hands dirty every now and then. We had our buddy Dave come on tonight, and he spotted for me and helped us out. And then, the Bigleys and Jeremy Goddard, Sam Scott, all those guys. We work. We may compete, but we're one big family. You walk back there was 7 or 8 trucks all working together. We got the truck probably the best I've ever had it, and we're going to move forward from that. We need a little bit more gear here. I'm down on gear compared to everybody, so we're going to buy a gear. That's one thing for when we come here with the Coulter Series in June. We're going to have the gear we need. And, I don't have enough seat time, and that's my biggest problem is I can't judge what we need to change and what we don't. So tonight, basically, after qualifying, we threw a shock in, and everybody's like, why would you do that? World the difference. The truck handled great. I could put it wherever I wanted. Just things didn't go our way, and that's part of racing,
Well, Phil, we want to thank you for coming on here and joining us here on Turn 5. Best of luck to you guys going forward in the Joey Coulter Series. We hope you guys can get the funding there to, finish out the whole season there. We're looking forward to having you back out here at Desoto Speedway, competing for the track championship out here. And buddy, thank you for coming on to Turn 5. We appreciate it. Look forward to maybe having you on here again soon sometime.
Yeah, thanks a lot, man.
All righty. That's Phil Ellis, driver of the 519 truck. Turn 5 is joined by pure stock driver, the number 67 Best Racing car. This is Jimmy Best. Jimmy, tell us about your run tonight. You came home second here tonight. Tell us about your run and just kind of fill us in about the pure stock class and what the class is all about and kind of like what the level of competition is. You're racing with your brother and you're racing with your nephew. Kind of tell us what that's like.
Yeah. Not a bad run tonight. I started, I believe it was 11th, and I come up and finished 3rd. Had a good car, decent car tonight. Not the best car, but I had a good car tonight, better than it's been for the last 3 weeks. And the pure stock class is basically, it's like a beginner V8 class now. It got a little bit more modifications than most stock cars, but it's not quite this up to the street stocks. But it's a good class. It's it's affordable class, and that's where a lot of these V8 classes have gotten out of hand. And you got to run a stock body looking car, and that's where everything should be. It should look like a stock car, not a car that's been modified out the butt. But racing against my brother and my nephew is pretty cool. I've been racing 24 years now, and me and my brother have been racing together probably the last 20 years against each other and really serious the last 10. And my nephew is just moving up into the class. He's been in the class the last couple of years, and we just started racing with each other again. And he's improved a lot, and he's getting a lot better, and it's pretty cool. It's still nerve-wracking because you're racing against your family, and that makes it tough because you don't want to bump your family, you don't want to have any problems, but it's still fun. So, and the biggest thing. And this class, if everybody keeps bringing the cars, and there's a lot more coming, and this class is going to get bigger, you're going to see a lot more competitiveness because the cars are more equal. They're not about who's got the mighty dollar. It's about who can work on their car and work on it good and be successful and get them to the front, and who can drive them. Because on these 7-inch tires they put us on, it's about driving a car and who's got the best car at the end of the race. And that's where everybody's working right now, is trying to get the last half. You got 25 laps, so we're trying to get the last half of the race to be that good, not be good in the beginning. So that's where we're at.
Now, your son, little Jimmy, he's coming up. He's been running in the rookie fork division. Picked up 2 wins in a row, picking up a little momentum. I mean, are we looking at potentially, you could add, racing against your son here in the next couple of years? You talk about nerve-wracking. What's that going to potentially be like?
I don't know if I'll race against him. I've got some plans in the work for him, and we're working a lot with him, and he's doing excellent. I mean, he's run, I think, total between last year and this year about 20 races, and to win the last 2 in a row, that I'm very proud of. I never understood. Everybody always told me, or my dad always told me, that I would be more excited to watch my son race, and I never thought that was true until I became that part and where he started racing. And I rather sit here all night and watch him race, because it to me is the most exciting thing to watch. I mean, to watch your kid do the things that you've showed him and teach him, and he picks everything up so quick. I would say he's 10 steps farther and better at it than I ever was at the beginning, and he's so full of knowledge, and he's just real good at understanding the cars and learning them. And I mean, the first time we brought the car out last year, we built this new car for him, he come out and he started complaining about the pushing and this stuff, and I mean, he was right on the money. And I mean, everything he's talking, he's just getting better and better and better. The plans are for him to run the rest of this year in the rookie 4 class, and then we're going to sit back, and he's actually going to try. Actually, I'm going to let him practice my pure stock a few times this year and see if he likes the V8, and if not, keep him in the Pro 4s next year to see if that's the case. But I don't know about racing against him. I never got to race against my dad, and that was cool not to, but that'd be too nerve-wracking to race against my son. My plans at the end of this year is pretty much hang my helmet up and do a part-time schedule if I want next year, on and off, and just have fun. I mean, I've been doing this, like I said, for 24 years, and it's time for my son and everybody else to have their fun. Because, I mean, he plays baseball, my daughter cheers, and she's in run clubs, and she does all this stuff, and I've always put my stuff ahead of them, and now it's time for me to give back to them, and that's what I'm doing now. So the car I'm driving is actually for my son. I built it for him, everything the way it is, and by the time I get ready for him, it'll be right for him. So,
well, Jimmy, thank you for coming on here and talking to us here on Turn 5. I'll tell you what, if your son, if he can race as good as he plays baseball, you guys are going to be looking at a pretty good racing career. I was able to coach him, when he was a younger kid, and seeing him grow up and the young man he's becoming. He's going to have a bright future ahead of him. And I mean, you've been running out here. I don't want to make you feel old here, but you've been running out here for years, and you've had a lot of good memories out here at DeSoto. And if you're transitioning in here to this next role, I think you're going to probably be just as successful in that role as you've been on the track. And we appreciate you coming on here. Are you kind of teaching Jimmy, parts of trying to go out and get sponsors and get some people to help you out?
Oh, definitely. I mean, Jimmy works hard at what he's doing on this car. I mean, he's got a gas sponsor for his car every week. I mean, and then he just picked up Bird Law attorney Derek Bird, and then they're sponsoring him. I mean, he's very good at talking to people, and he is not bashful about asking for money, which is a good thing. So, like I said, it's a good thing, and I want to thank our sponsors: Consolidated Heating and Air, Best Racing, Gulf Coast Auto Parts, Bird Law, and Mac Ward especially, who's been one of my sponsors for 24 years. And then, I want to thank Jimmy Cope and Denny Meyer for taking over this place. I've been coming here since the day this place opened, and the atmosphere at this track is way better than it's been in years. And I can see the growth, and I can see the progress coming. And if everybody just be patient and just do and work with them, this will be the best track again in the state of Florida.
Absolutely. We thank you for coming on here, and wish you guys the best of luck. Everybody at Best Racing, going forward this year. We hope to have you on here again. get you guys get your car straightened out. I mean, earlier on in the year, you were having brake rotors that were glowing, and you were dirt tracking it sideways the past few weeks, but you seem like you had the car underneath you a lot better tonight. Best of luck to you guys going forward, and thank you for joining us here on Turn 5.
Thank you.
All right, let's get to the action here tonight. We begin with the mini stocks, and what a start. 4 wide off of turn 2 to start. The 31 of James Prochaska would jump out to the early lead. The 85 car of Mike Gamachi, our school bus figure 8 winner from a few weeks back, would challenge Prochaska and take the lead on lap 5. Then it was the 008 of Ren Wright Jr., the 05 of Ronnie Robinson, and the 91 of JCR Jess. They would all enter the mix as well. Lap 11, the 05 of Robinson would take the lead from the 85 of Gamachi. Caution on lap 14 for debris would bunch them up for a 6-lap shootout. On the restart, the 91 car, JCR Jess, would move into the second position, but the 05 car of Ronnie Robinson would score the victory. The 91 of JCR Jess comes home second, and the 85 of Mike Gamachi in third. Next, we would have the Outlaw Modifieds. Early on, the 00 of Billy Campbell led the way with the 80 of Richard Nelson in second. Is there anything that this guy won't drive? He was soon pursued by the 26 car of Mike N.D., who would take second on lap 8. Also bringing the 04 of Tom Meyer along into third. By the halfway point, the 26 of N.D. had gotten past the 00 of Campbell for the lead. It was on lap 20 that the 00 of Campbell would spin off of turn 4. Tough break for Billy Campbell in the 00. The 26 car of Mike N.D. would pick up the victory. The 04 of Tom Meyer comes home second, and the 80 car of Richard Nelson would come home third. Then we had the dwarf cars in action. It was the 25 car of Darren Bass that would run away with this, winning by more than half a lap. The 77 car of Larry Hubbard III would take second, and the 36J of John Atherton would take third. Next, the Pure Stocks took to the track. The 3 car of Dwayne Best has been dominant in this class early on. He chases the 97 car of Chris Scott for the lead with his brother Jimmy Best in the 67 car in third. Top 5 cars all right on top of each other as we hit the 10-lap mark. It was then the 57 car of Logan Leonard. He would get by the 67 of Jimmy Best, then a lap later by second place, 97 Chris Scott. Lap 19, Logan Leonard would get by Dwayne Best to take the lead. Logan Leonard would pick up the victory, but in tech, the 57 car would be disqualified. Therefore, the win would go to the 3 of Dwayne Best. The 67 of Jimmy Best would finish second, and the third place finisher would be the 97 car of Chris Scott. Then it was the big pro truck race tonight. 50 laps, double points on the line. The 37 truck, Nick Hernandez, was our fast qualifier this evening. They would invert the first 3 rows, so he would start in the 6th position. That meant that the 09 of Tommy Cavaney, who would start on the pole. 36 truck, Chad Chastain, our winner from the Joey Coulter Series race earlier this season, would start in the 3rd position. The 2X of Gerald Campbell would take the early lead with the 41 of Steve Darvalix in the 2nd position and the 36 of Chastain in 3rd. Fast qualifier number 37, Nick Hernandez, would be in 4th. Caution on lap 9 as our pole sitter, Tommy Cavaney, would spin off a turn 4. On the restart, the 36, Chad Chastain, would go door-to-door with the 41 car of Steve Darvalix for second. Lap 19, young Chad Chastain is all over the back bumper of our leader, the 2X of Gerald Campbell. Caution would then fall as Chastain would spin, trying to avoid some lap traffic. He would be hit by the 41 of Darvalix, who would then be placed at the rear of the field. Caution on lap 23 is leader Gerald Campbell and the 50 of Danny Anderson would get together. So that meant that Chad Chastain would be your leader. With 15 laps to go, Chastain had a mirror full of Danny Anderson and the 4 truck of Dennis Coletti lurking in 3rd. 7 to go, Coletti would get by a smoking 50 truck of Danny Anderson, who would drop to the 4th position as the 41 of Steve Darvalix would work back up into the 3rd position. But once again, it was young Chad Chastain scoring the victory with brother Ross Chastain in attendance. The 4 truck of Dennis Coletti would finish second but was disqualified in tech. So the 41 car of Steve Darvalix would finish second. Third would go to the 50 truck of Danny Anderson. Next, we had a little kind of an interesting take on it. We had the mini stocks running figure eights. We're used to seeing the school bus figure eights out here, but we had the mini stocks running on the smaller infield track. The 98 car, Chris Larson, would pick up the victory. The 48X of Craig Paulette would finish second, and the 85 car of Mike Gamache would finish third. Legends cars were in action tonight as the 19 of Keith Sankula would jump out front to the early lead. The 08 of Donovan Ponder would run second, and the 7 of Mike Verhaal would be in third. And that is exactly how they would finish. The 19 of Keith Sankula with a dominating win would pick up the victory. The 08 of Donovan Ponder in second, and the 7 of Mike Verhaal would finish third. Modified minis would wrap up our night tonight. The 9 car of young Brooks Storer would start on the front row. The 68 car of Logan Allen would take the early lead, but a familiar sight up front in the modified minis this season has been the 32 of Jeff Firestein. He would take the lead. Logan Allen would then fall back to second, and the 45 of Mike Caravan in third. The 68 of Logan Allen would spin off of turn 4 to bring out the caution. We would end up having a great battle for the second position. 32 car Jeff Firestein picks up the victory, and the 6 of Dave Davis nips the 45 of Mike Caravan for second place, and Caravan would come home third. That is going to do it for us here on Turn 5. Just a reminder to let you know, if you're interested in advertising on our program, we're looking for some sponsors. If you'd like to, get your business out there, this is a video that, we're getting about 300 to 400 views a week, chance to grow your business. If you'd like to contact us and become a partner on our show, there'll be some information at the end of the show here where you can contact Bob Culbertson if you'd like to join our program. We'd like to thank you all for tuning in this week. Great night of action here at Turn 5. We're going to be off next weekend out here at DeSoto Speedway for the Bradenton Heritage Parade. We're going to pick it back up in the month of May. We're looking forward to it. We had a great night of racing at DeSoto Speedway like we always do. I'm your host, Jake Wilson. Thank you for joining us, and a happy Easter to each and every one of you.
Southbound.